I'm Cara, and today we've got a yoga flow to get you moving in the new year. Now it's going to be quite a fiery flow, so if you're not feeling up to that today, do take one of my easier flows. And if you do join in today, don't feel that you have to join in everything. Join in with what feels good for your body and what feels comfortable, and feel free to skip things out. Anyway, let's get moving. So we'll start forward all the way down onto your belly. Cross your forearms over, rest your forehead down. And then on your next inhale, we'll keep the top of the feet pressing down and try and lift just the shoulders and the arms and the head off the ground. Exhale, lower down. Don't worry how high up you go, just that you're moving steadily. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lowering. Take a few repetitions like that. And then the next time you lower down, we'll bend the knees, push the heels up to the sky so the feet are flexed, and then we'll lift upper and lower body together. So inhale to lift, lifting the knees and the upper legs as well. Exhale, lower down. And again, nice and fluid. Take a few repetitions. Think about the heels pushing straight up to the sky as you lift and lower. Keep the back of the neck long, head connected to the arms. And then slow to lower down. Good, hands come beneath the shoulders, legs extend back, toes tuck under, push up and back to your downward facing dog. Really press the ground away with the arms. Send the hips up and back, keep the upper body nice and long, lower back nice and flat. If you need to, you can bend the knees to help you do that. And just focus on your breath in and out through your nose. And we'll be breathing in and out through your nose the whole time, as much as you can. So if you've got a blocked nose, don't worry, just do it as much as you can. Good, slow to walk the hands back in towards the feet, bend into the knees as much or as little as you need to. When the weight's in the feet, hands to the hips, inhale, lift through the chest up to stand. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, hinge from the hips forward. And then release the arms down, fold the body forward. Walk the hands forward, come to a straight arm plank. Forward on the toes, lower your knees down with your elbows tucked in, lower your chest down. Inhale, peel back, cobra, peeling up as much as feels good for you. Release down, tuck your toes, come to downward facing dog. Bring your right foot to the center of the mat. On your next inhale, left leg lifts high. And then we're going to open and close the hips. So left hip stacks on top of the right. Exhale, close, left hip in line with the right. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Good. Inhale, open up. And then this time on the exhale, bring the left foot forward between your hands. Heel ball toe. Feel the ankle beneath the knee. Gently lower the back knee down, release the back toes, left arm circling. Inhale, up and back. Exhale as you go back and around. Inhale as you reach up. And exhale as you move back. Good, nice smooth circles, just exploring your range. And then the next time that the arm comes forward, we're going to bring that arm wide. Rest your left shoulder on top of the knee. That might be enough to stay there, or you try tucking the back toes, straightening the back leg. Again, that might be enough to stay there. Keep pressing the left to hip crease back. Don't allow it to move out to the side like this. Keep pressing it back so the hips stay in line within the edges of the mat. If you can, see if the right hand can also lift. Reach it out to the side, holding. 3, 2, One, hands clasped behind the body, press the knuckles, lift the body, roll the shoulders back, come in to as much of a back bend as feels good for you. Check in with the ribs that they're not splaying, keep them drawing in. Press those knuckles back and down, keep bending in through the front knee. And then release the hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. Slowly walk hands in towards the feet. Again, bend the knees if you need to. Keep the hips high if you can. Hands to the hips. Inhale, lift through the chest, up to stand. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge the body forward. Folding the arms. Walk the hands all the way forward, straight arm plank. We go forward on the toes, lower your knees, elbows tucked in, lower your chest, release the toes, peel back cobra. Exhale, release, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Hips up and back to the sky. Left foot comes to the center of the mat. Inhale, right leg lifts high. Exhale, right foot forward between your hands. Lower the back knee, release the back toes. Left hand is going to stay down, and then right arm. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, back and around. A few nice big circles around. And then the next time that the hand comes forward, we're going to rest that right shoulder on the knee, right hand out to the side, and then left hand out to the side if you can. You can always have the left hand down to tuck the back toes, straighten the back leg, and then both arms reaching away. If you can, if you can't, you can always touch down again. Holding 2, 1, hands clasped behind the body, press the knuckles back and down, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, bending still into the front knee. And then hands come down around the front foot. This right foot's going to kick up and back. We're going to do those hip openers. So inhale, right hip stacks on top of the left. Push the leg up straight. Exhale, right hip comes back in line with the left. Think about the inner upper thigh rotating inward towards the sky, so internal rotation. On your next inhale, again stacking and opening. Exhale, square the hips. Inhale to open. Exhale to square. Inhale, open. And exhale, square. Good. Bring that right foot all the way forward between your hands. And then we're going to step the left foot alongside. Allow the body to hang for a moment. If you feel it at all in the lower back, then do really bend your knees to allow your body to hang forward. But if you know that you've got quite flexible hamstrings, then you're going to push the legs towards straight, so long as you feel no strain in the lower back. Hold the forearms or the elbows. Allow the back of the neck to relax. Head to hang. Top of the head nice and heavy. Again, focus in and out through your nose. Hands come to the hips. Inhale, squeeze the glutes, lift the chest up to standing. And then release the arms by your side. Feel the weight in your left foot. You're going to lift and spread out the toes. On your next inhale, right knee lifts high. Hands can just come to the hips, keeping the hips nice and level. On your next exhale, shoulders go forward, foot goes back behind you. Push back through the foot. Try and keep this right hip level with the left, so you don't want to open up like this. You want to keep nice and level. Inhale, lift that right knee forward and up. Exhale, shoulders go forward, foot goes back behind you. Inhale, slow to lift up. Exhale, shoulders forward, foot goes back. Inhale, lifting up. And then seeing if you can extend the leg forward and straight in front of you. Push through the heel. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, shoulders go forward, foot goes back behind you. And then seeing if you can bend and straighten into the standing leg. Take a few slow repetitions. Don't worry how deep you go, just that you're moving. And then we're going to step back to a high lunge. Might take a few steps, you might be able to do it in one, whatever works for you. Good, arms sweep up, inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, reach forward, hands clasped behind the body, dive to the inside, reach the arms up. Release the hands, inhale, reach up and back, bending into the front knee, as much of a back bend as feels good for your body. Exhale, reach, dive forward, hands clasped behind. Release the hands, hands come either side of the front foot. This left foot's going to kick up and back, three-legged dog. We've got the stacking of the hips, left on right. We bend the top knee, send the knee up high to the sky. Maybe that's enough and maybe you stay there. Or if it feels good and you want to give it a go, try moving around to wild things. So feel the right shoulder on top of the wrist, toes touch down the other side, reach the top arm up and over, pushing the ground away nice and strong, pointing through the right toes, and then slow to move back through. Keep the left foot lifted. Left foot's going to thread under onto the little toe side of the foot. Back foot grounds down 90 degrees. Right arm lifts high, and then reaching the right arm up and over. Press the hips up. Nice long stretch along the whole right hand side of your body. And then moving back to downward facing dog. Nice little steps towards the top of the mat. Just a few inches at a time. Again, keep the hips high if you can. Bend the knees if you know you need to. When the feet come forward and the weights in the feet, hands to the hips. Inhale, lift through the chest up to stand. Weight into the right foot now. So hands to the hips, weight to the right foot. Inhale, lift the left knee. Exhale, shoulders go forward, foot goes back behind you, working towards horizontal. Inhale, lifting back up, lift the knee forward and up. Exhale, shoulders go forward, foot goes back. Inhale, retrace your steps, lifting the knee up. Now see if you can extend the leg straight, push through the heel. Inhale, bend the knee again. Exhale, shoulders go forward, foot goes back again towards the horizontal. This time, see if you can bend and straighten a few times into your standing leg. Don't worry about getting it perfect. Just try and control, even if it's a few inches down and up. And then we step back to a lunge. Again, it might take a few steps. Finding your way there, bending into the front knee. Inhale, reach the arms up and back. Exhale, reach the body forward, hands clasped behind. Dive to the inside. Inhale, retrace your steps, reach the arms up and back to the sky. Exhale, reach. Again, dive to the inside, hands clasp. And then release the hands down, round the front foot. This right foot's going to kick up and back, three-legged dog. Stack the hip right on left, bend the knee. Again, option to stay here and hold here. Really push the ground away, strong through the shoulders. Or if it feels good and you want to give it a go, feel the left shoulder over the wrist, toes touch down on the other side of the body, right arm reaches up and over, point through the left toes, really reaching up and back. Keep pushing the ground away with the left arm, left shoulder strong. And then slowly back through. Take your time, keep that right foot lifted. Right foot comes across under onto the little toe side. Left arm reaches up. And then we're going to reach the left arm over, press the hips up so we get a nice long stretch. Left hand side of the body, holding there. And then moving back. smoothly to downward facing dog. Lower your knees, bring your hips back, rest back to child's pose, rest your forehead. Again, focus in and out through your nose. Really feel the whole of the upper body, resting and releasing to the ground. Feel the hips heavy back over the heels. And then walking the hands slowly in so you come up to kneeling. We're going to bring the left hand behind the hip and then slightly to the side. Right arm reaches up high and it's a side lean but slightly reaching back. That might be plenty enough, you might hold there. Or if it feels okay to, and again, you're feeling strong, start to press through the shins, squeeze the glutes. You might just lift up a little. Some of you will be able to press the hips forward, come into more of a back bend. Think about keeping the tailbone long. So we're not just dumping lower back, we're keeping the tailbone long. Maybe you feel a stretch on the hip flexors by keeping that tailbone nice and long. And then slow to release down from wherever you are. Good, swapping to the other side. Right hand comes slightly to the side, slightly behind you. Left arm reaches up and back. Again, that might be enough. You might keep the hips down and just reach from the hip crease to the fingertips. Or you can start to squeeze the glutes. You might lift up a little, or pushing all the way up if you can. Reach up and back. Really squeezing the glutes, but lengthening the tailbone. And stretching out through the fingertips. And then slow to release back down. We're going to bring the left foot down to the ground. And we're going to start just by bringing the weight forward. So we start to get an ankle stretch. So you're thinking about from your shin to your toes, closing down that angle until you can feel a stretch, maybe on your calf, maybe on the back of your ankle. And then with the back foot, we'll tilt forward further. We're going to tuck the toes there. So you're stretching the back of the back foot as well. You can always adjust to find a way that you can find those two stretches together at the same time. Good, and it can feel quite intense. You sometimes feel like you kind of alternate between the two. Put a bit more effort into the ankle stretch and then put a bit more effort into the stretch on the sole of the foot. And then bring the knee back down. We'll swap to the other side, so bringing the right foot down. Again, finding that ankle stretch, bringing that knee over the toes. And again, you can adjust so that you find the stretch on the sole of the foot with the back foot, toes tucked. Sometimes the little toe kind of gets caught and you can kind of untuck it and bring it out. Good. And then seeing if you can find a position where you get both those stretches at the same time, or you're very lightly alternating between feeling one a bit more intense and then the other one. And then slow to release. Good. Bring the right shin forward and across for your pigeon. So you want the right knee out to the side, wider than the right hip, and then the left foot's wider than the left hip, and whatever angle your body allows. So you want it towards parallel with the top of the mat, but not every body is going to allow for you to do that. So listen to your body wherever it moves to, and then the hips as low as they go. So for some of you, you'll be up nice high like this, but you might be able to walk the knee back and go a little bit deeper. Some of you might be down to the ground, but still feel like the hips are strong. So you can even test yourself. Can you lift up your hands and stay lifted here? And what you'll find is if the hips go down to one side or the other side, then it's going to be a bit harder to keep that strength. You want to keep the hips level both to the top of the mat, but also level to the ground. Good, and then from there, we keep that slight engagement, but we allow the body to relax forward, allow the forehead to rest down, and just taking a few breaths, allowing the back of the neck to be long. If you want to reach the arms forward here, then you can try that variation. Sometimes it just feels good to cross the arms and rest the forehead. Depends also how naturally your head reaches the ground. So if it's really dropping down to touch the ground, rather build up your arms or your hands to make a platform for your forehead to rest in. Keep focusing in on your breath. Nice and easy, in and out through your nose. And we'll slowly lift up. And we're just going to swap to the other side through your downward facing dog. So spread out your fingers, tuck your back toes, lift your hips, walk gently on the spot. Maybe give the legs a little shake out. And then we'll swap to bring the left shin forward. Again, left knee slightly wider than the hip, the foot wider than the other hip, and whatever angle your body allows you to find. We'll release the back toes, shuffle to as low as you can go whilst keeping everything engaged. Just check in by lifting the body if you can. You might be further forward, but you should still be able to achieve that lift. And then take your time to lower down, either arms reaching forward or making a platform for the forehead. Really feel the upper body soften and relax. The lower body is still bringing everything towards the midline, so you're not completely flopping into it. You're still feeling the hips staying level. And then slowly, slowly begin to lift back up. Good, again, we'll spread out the fingers, tuck the back toes, move back to your downward facing dog. Walk super slowly on the spot, maybe give the legs a little shake out again. Then we'll cross the legs beneath you or swing them around, whatever you need to do to be able to come back through sitting and down to lying down. Good, from lying down, hug both knees in and then circle them around. You can go both together or one at a time. And then just finishing off with a minute or two of whatever feels good for your body. It's a nice idea to do a little bit of a twist here, but really feel free to move your body in any way that feels good for you, whether that's a hip bridge or happy baby. Just take a moment to be in your body, moving how your body wants to move. Good, and take your time to finish off any movements you're making, but when you are ready, resting down to your final resting pose, your Shavasana. Feeling the whole body start to relax, loose, long arms and legs. Feeling heaviness across the hips and the shoulders. Relaxing right the way up the length of the spine. And even loose lower jaw. Loose muscles on your face. Nice, easy breath. Good, and feel free to stay here for as long as you like. I've also got some nice relaxing videos that would be really great to follow this up with. But have a lovely, lovely day and have a lovely new year.